Kids aren't getting enough cavities these days, one dentist yelled at their annual dentist convention. They put their heads together and came up with a brilliant idea to create the world's best tasting, longest lasting, most sugar-filled gumball the world has ever seen. And the best part, they said, is that we're giving away these gumballs for free. Join me as today we learn how to play the game Gumball Giveaway. Hello everybody, Mr. Becker here from Making Mathsters, and today we're going to play the game Gumball Giveaway. You are working in a warehouse for these dentists, taking this enormous amount of gumballs and packing them into smaller boxes and then shipping them out to unsuspecting kids so that they get more cavities. Now you might not like your job that much, but it pays really well, so you want to keep it. Well, unfortunately there's another supervisor that is trying to take your job, and the dentists are only going to keep one. It's either going to be you or that person, and you really need this job. So today, epic battle between blue and red to see who can pack the most gumballs to prove to these dentists that you are the right person for the job. So let's get started and play Gumball Giveaway. Now, you don't need any dice for this one, unlike some of my previous math games that I've showed you. Dice was a big part of it. No dice for this one. This one is all about cards. On one side of the card is you have a number of gumballs. On the back is just the logo for the game. And you also need a game board. A game board that looks like this if you print it in color. And if you don't want to print it in color, it's okay. It works very well on black and white. Now, if you are a classroom teacher watching this and you're like, well, I'm not going to print colored copies for my kids every time just so that they get thrown away, makes perfect sense. So make the black and white copies. But if you're like, well, the colored copies look so much better than the black and white ones, well, go ahead and laminate it and use dry erase markers instead of like your normal markers. It'll work fine. I didn't do it for this because there's a glare on my game board and you wouldn't be able to see it very well, so it's fine. But I would suggest, if you do have access to a colored printer, do print the cards out in color and then maybe laminate them to make them a little more durable, because they're not going to be writing on these. So you need some markers, you need your Gumball Giveaway cards, you need a Gumball Giveaway game board, and the final thing you need are some markers. But not markers like the Crayola markers. Markers to show which person is in the lead for giving away the most boxes. So you can, these are the ones that come with the game. But if you're a teacher, you probably have these laying around, these little base 10 blocks, and I'm actually going to use these today because they're easier to pick up because you will be moving these back and forth. But it doesn't matter. You can play with the check marks that come with the game. So let's get started. The first person is the person who's going to pick the largest amount of gumballs from the stack of Gumball Giveaway cards. So we have blue. Blue's going to pick, and blue is going to get that. Not a lot of gumballs for him, and while red is definitely going to go first. So over here, I'm going to just write red so I don't get confused. Red's going to be on that side, and this is his clipboard, and blue is going to be on this side, and this is his clipboard. So the whole idea of the game then is that you are the supervisor, and you are trying to stock the shelves with boxes of gumballs. You are going to send these all over the world, so some places are only going to need boxes of 10s, while other places are going to need boxes of 100,000s. So you're just trying to get as many gumballs to these unsuspecting kids as possible. You have this huge warehouse filled with shelves, and you have in this warehouse is this giant just mound of gumballs that the dentists have created. So you're taking these gumballs from this giant mound, and you are putting them in either boxes of tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, or 100,000s, depending on what you choose. You have this giant warehouse filled with shelves, and in the giant warehouse is this huge mound of gumballs that you can take from to fill your boxes of gumballs. Now, it's not an unlimited space, so you can't stack 100 boxes of each. The dentists have said that you can only store boxes that are less than 36. So you cannot put 36 boxes on a shelf. You can store less than 36. But they don't want 0. They don't even want 5. They want enough gumballs boxes ready to go to ship to these unsuspecting children, so that they want more than 24 on each shelf but less than 36. So you could be, the dentist would be like, okay, good job if you stored 25 on the shelf, because it's more than 24 and less than 36. And they are picking red or they're picking blue to be permanently on their staff, making lots and lots of money, because, well, more cavities means more money for these dentists. So you are trying to fill up at least 3 of these before this person would fill up 3. So let's just say, before we start playing, that you got 25 boxes of 100, and now you can put your marker there. You have one of them. And let's say that blue filled this one up, and red filled this one up, and now blue, oh, he didn't fill up. Okay, and now red has 3 there. Red is going to be the winner because he has 3 shelves ready to go, and the dentists are saying good job. Now, it is possible during the game for, well, let's say that you only had 24 boxes here, or 25 boxes here, and all of a sudden blue has 30 boxes here. The dentists are going to say, no, this one is better. There's more gumballs ready to give to these kids. So all of a sudden now it's 2 versus 2. Well, we'll figure out exactly how that is going to work. So red is the first player. Things that you need is you have to have your game board, and then you take the top 6 cards from your deck, and you are going to lay them out across the game board, just like so. On anyone's given turn, they can pick one of those that are face up, or they can pick one that is face down from the draw pile. Now, I don't have tons and tons of room, so I'm just going to stick this draw pile kind of right there so you can kind of see it. I don't want to zoom out any farther. So, red's turn. He's looking and he says, okay, wow, I can take all of these different gumballs and I could put them into different boxes. Well, well, I could put some into boxes of 10s, but if you think about it, if I chose this card, this would be just an enormous amount of boxes of 10s that there's no way that I'm going to be able to stack those on my warehouse shelves. But I could do boxes of 10s like this. Red is going to pick this amount of gumballs. He has 143 gumballs. So, 143, and he's going to want to put them into, well, could he put them into boxes of 10s? Yes. Could he put them into boxes of 100s? Yes, he could. Could he put them into boxes of... No, he's not even get close to boxes of 1,000. Now, remember that there's this giant, massive amount of gumballs that are in your warehouse. And you can take from that giant amount of gumballs to fill the box. Or you can take from your total and you can put them back into the mound of gumballs. And the dentists, they are very, very strict on this. They say you have to do it, whatever would be less time. So for this one, if I wanted to put them into boxes of 100, well, I'm 43 over 100, but I'm 57 away from my 200. Well, 43 is less than 57, so the dentists are saying you have to do what would be less time to put 43 back into the pile instead of 57 in from the pile. So I could do 1 box of 100. I could not do 2 boxes of 100. But I could also think about this in terms of tens. And that's what Red's going to do. Red's going to say, you know what? I could put, well, 14 boxes of 10, or I could do 15 boxes of 10. Well, which one is going to take less time? To put 3 back into the pile or to take 7 from the pile? Well, putting 3 into the pile is what the dentist wants you to do. So Red is going to say, you know what? I'm going to take 143 gumballs. I'm going to put them into 14 boxes of 10. 14 full boxes of 10, and that's what he's going to write right here. So boxes of 10, he put 14 on the shelf. 14 boxes of 10. And now this becomes a discard. I'm just going to put the discard off to the side. If you ever run out of this deck, then you're going to shuffle the discard pile and make a new deck. So there always needs to be 6. So it's Blue's turn. Okay. Now Blue's looking at this and he's like, all right, well, he's going to take this gigantic amount of gumballs. 1,390,817 gumballs. And he realizes, wow, that's such a big amount of gumballs. I better put them into boxes of 100,000s. 100,000s, well, that would either be 1,300,000 or it's going to be 1,400,000. Well, which one is it going to be easier to do? To get rid of this amount of gumballs or to add to it? And Blue would say, you know what? It would be much easier. Instead of giving away 90-some thousand into the pile, it'd be way easier to just pick about 10,000 from that pile. And he's going to say, okay, I could have 14 boxes of 100,000. 14 boxes of 100,000. Now, if your kids can figure that out, your kids probably don't even need to play this game anymore. But this is the whole idea of this game. Can kids really visualize this amount and then being able to put them into these different size boxes? I mean, you could put this into a box of 1,000,000, but the dentists don't have a box for 1,000,000. The biggest box is 100,000. So Blue is going to do 14 of them, and it's still, well, it's not more than 24, so he does not get to put the check mark on that. So it is Red's turn again. Got to flip over a card, and Red's looking here. Okay, some strategy. He's going to take this one, 1,352, and he could think about, okay, I could do 1,000. I could do well, then I would have to think, is it 1,000 or 2,000? Well, I could do one box of 1,000. Could I do tens? No, because that would be 135 boxes of tens. That's not even, I mean, that's way too much. Way too much. Could I do hundreds? Well, yes, I could. I could do 13 boxes of 100. Or is it 14 boxes of 100? Well, 52. Am I closer to that next box of 100, or am I closer to having to put all those gumballs back into the pile? Well, this 52 means, well, you know what, that's a little more than halfway, so I can do 14 boxes of 100. 14 boxes of 100. These are off to a good start. Red's got 14 boxes of 100 on a shelf. He's got 14 boxes of 10 on a shelf, and it is Blue's turn. Now, if Blue might pick this up here because he doesn't know if he wants any of these. The game's still early, so I mean, it could be a really good one, it could be a not so good one. He's just gonna pick this one, 108,974 gumballs. Now he could make another box of 100,000. But that would only put him at 15, and that's not going to be more than 24, so he probably doesn't want to do that yet. Boxes of 10,000. Well, he could do 10 boxes of 10,000. Or is it 11 boxes? Well, which one is it going to be easier to do? Well, because he already has this extra 8,974, he's going to be really close to 11 boxes of 10,000. 11 boxes of 10,000. That's what he's going to pick. Let me get the right marker. 11 boxes of 10,000. Another card here. And now red's turn. He's thinking, okay, wow, I got 14. I'm trying to get to 3. Remember, you need 3 check marks or 3 little cubes first. He's got 14, 14. But blue's got these up here. So he's thinking, all right, this is a tough one. Well, he can't. If he does this one, that'd be 39 boxes of 10s, but it's got to be less than 36. Plus, he already has 14, so he's not going to do that. This isn't not so good for red. Red's going to pick one from the draw pile, and he picks this very large number. Now, red doesn't know these large numbers very well, so he's just going to say, you know what? I think it's going to be 10 boxes of 100,000. 10 boxes of 100,000. 10 boxes of 100,000. And blue's like, that's not right. This is not, you cannot take 10 boxes of 100,000. What this would have been, blue says, as well, it would either be 6 boxes of 100,000, or the right answer would be 7, because this 9 is telling me that it's way closer to that 7th box of 100,000. Red, you are wrong. Red sees his mistake and says, you're right, blue. I'm going to have to cross that out. Now, red had to cross this out. He still has 0 boxes of 100,000, and he lost that space on the shelf. So now red only has 4 more spaces in which he can use to fill up his shelf. This once again goes into the discard pile. Red messed up on his turn. The dentists do not like mistakes. Blue's turn. There are no new ones because red just drew from the draw pile, so now blue's thinking, you know what? I am going to try some of these big numbers. Blue really likes these high numbered cards. 954,223 gumballs, and he's thinking to himself, okay, can I get my 10,000s? Well, 10,000s would be 95, way too much. Can I do 100,000? Well, 100,000 would be 900,000s, or is it going to be 10,000,000s, which is also a million? And he says it's 54 is a little, once again, it's a little more than halfway, so he gets to do 10 boxes of 100,000. 10 boxes of 100,000. And red says, okay, yep, that's right. And now blue looks and says 14 plus 10, that's 24. But that's not more than 24. He is 1 box away from the dentist saying, okay, that's good enough. You get the check mark. But he's 1 short. Just 1 box away. We'll see if he can get it next turn. Maybe. All right, red's turn. Well, red's only got two on the shelf here. 1 for the boxes of 100s, boxes of 10. So he has 14 boxes of 10, 14 boxes of 100. He really wants some 10s or 100s. And he says, oh, look at this card. 133 gumballs. Well, 133 gumballs, he knows, well, it could be 100. 1 box of 100. Or, he says, you know what? It could be 13 boxes of 10. 13 boxes of 10 would be 130. He checks, well, is it 140? No, because the 3 ones left over is way close. It would be way easier to put the 3 back instead of taking 7 from the pile. So 13 boxes of 10. That's what red's going to do. Now red is going to take those 13 boxes, and now he has a grand total of 27. 27! That's what the dentists are looking for. So now he gets to put a check mark on his clipboard. And if you don't want to use a check mark, you can use one of those base 10 blocks. And now he has more because he has 27 and he just needs more than 24 but less than 36. So red right now is in the lead because he has 1 out of the 5. And remember, you just need 3 out of the 5 to be the winner. Now remember though, it doesn't necessarily mean that red automatically is going to prove that he is the best at getting boxes of 10. Because all of a sudden if blue says, no wait, I'm going to get 28 here. Well, the dentist is going to be, well, I'd rather have 28 boxes on the shelf than 27. So then this check mark is going to move over to blue. We need a card here, so blue's turn, and it says that one. And blue's like, you know what? I gotta start getting some of these, I think. Oh, I don't know if there's any good ones. He's gonna say this one. He's gonna take, all right, there's 8,487 gumballs. I could put them into boxes of 1,000. So 8,000 or 9,000, well, 487 is less, 487 is less than halfway. So he's going to do 8 boxes of 1,000. So boxes of 1,000, he's going to do 8, and it is Red's turn. Red looks over here and he says, okay, I am going to... He wants these hundreds. So he's going to pick this one. He says 393. Well, that's really close to 400. So Red's going to pick 400. He would only have to take 7 gumballs from the pile. So he's going to say 4 boxes of 100. Blue was hoping that he would not pick this one because Blue really wanted this card. 12,187 gumballs. He could put them into boxes of 10,000. Which would be 1 box of 10,000. It couldn't be 2 boxes because he only has 2,187. That would take a whole lot of gumballs from the pile. But he's also going to think about this in terms of 1,000s. 12,000s is literally what that means. So that's what he's going to do. He knows that it's not going to be 13. He knows it's going to be 12. So he's going to say 12 boxes of 1,000. So he has 8 and a 12. He has 20 so far. And Red's turn. Boxes of 100. Red still's trying to get for the boxes of 100. He sees some hundreds out there, either 500s or 600s. He knows that it's going to be 6, so he's going to put 6 more in here, and he's at 24. Remember, it's more than 24. It's not exactly 24, so he does not get the check mark. Blue's turn. Blue. Blue's looking at this giant number right here. 1,448,978. Well, he knows he could do 14. And that's what he's going to pick. So he says, okay, well, there are no million boxes, but there are 100,000 boxes. And he could put 1,400,000 boxes. That's how many he could do. It wouldn't be 15 because this 48 is going to be less than halfway. So 14 boxes of 100,000. He puts it up here and he adds these up, and it's 14 plus 10 is 24 plus another 14 is 38. Blue made a mistake. Blue put way too much on the shelves. The shelves came crashing down with all of the boxes, and thankfully the 14 and the 10 are going to stay. But he wasted his time, wasted his turn. He had to put a 14 with an X through it because dentists do not like mistakes. All right, so we got a mistake there and a mistake there. The math was right for the gumballs, but the math was not right for trying to figure out that it needed to be less than 36. So, Red's turn again. He really wants boxes of 100. I don't think he doesn't think he's going to get it. And now it's like, well, which one is he going to try? Blue already has 20 here. He's got 24. He's got 11 there. Red's going to say, okay, boxes of 10,000. 10,000. So Red is going to look at this card right here, and he's going to say, okay, 97, that would be 97 1,000 boxes, or it's either 9 10,000 or 10 10,000s. That 7 is more than the halfway, so we know that it's going to be 10 boxes of 10,000. Red says, okay, 10 boxes of 10,000 from that card. Blue's turn. Now Blue's looking at this, and he doesn't want to make another costly mistake. He's thinking this through a little better, and he says, okay, look at this one. 14,093 gumballs. I am going to put those into boxes of thousands. So that would be 14 thousands. And blue says, all right, I'm going to do it this time. So 14 boxes of 1,000. That's going to give him a total of 34. 34 is less than 36, and it's more than 24. So now blue gets the check mark or your base 10 block. 1-1. Red's turn. He still needs, now red, boxes of 100. Remember, he's at 24. He only needs one more. But is he going to take his whole turn just to get one box of 100? And he says, yes, yes I am. I'm going to take this 116 and I can make one box of 100, throw the 16 back into the pile, and he's going to say, okay, I'm going to do one. And that's going to be a grand total of 25, which is more than 24, so he has the check mark, or the base 10 block. Now, one thing to notice with red, red only has one more spot here. He only has one more spot here. So blue, if the game keeps going and going, blue could come in and take that check mark from him. Blue's looking and he says, you know what, 1, 2, he's going to try to, he needs maybe another one. He's one box away from 100,000s, and that's what he sees, and he says, okay, 587,428. I could get 5 boxes of 100,000, or I could get 6. Well, this 87 is going to be further than halfway, so he says 6 boxes of 100,000, and he's going to put that on his shelf. So now he has 14 plus my 6 is 20, plus 10 is 30. He has more than 24 and less than 36, and now it is a tie game. 2-2. It's all going to come down to who could get that box of 10,000s first, unless blue tries to steal one of red's, or red's tries to steal one of blue's. And he's looking and he's looking, and red looks at this one and he says, okay, 176,882. That would be 2 boxes of 100,000, which he has 0, so he's not going to do that. But he could also do 17 boxes of 10,000, or is it 18? Well, that 6 is telling me that's further than halfway, so that's 18 boxes of 10,000. 18 boxes of 10,000. He's going to put that here. 10 plus 18 is 28. That's more than 24 and less than 36. So he takes that final check mark, base 10 block, and he puts it into his column, and red is the winner. Wow. So, gumball giveaway. I mean, definitely thinking about, wow, looking at all of these huge numbers, and then trying to think rationally, is this, could I put it into boxes of 10s? Well, that's going to be way too many. Hundreds, 10,000s, 100,000s. Really trying to get kids to figure out this idea of how big are some of these numbers. And obviously, without telling them, they are rounding in the process. And that's kind of what I like to do with these math games, is that I don't want to explicitly tell them that they need to know how to round to play this game. The game is simple. Be the first one to get the 3 check marks by storing boxes of gumballs on the warehouse shelves. And I think that can increase engagement, that can increase the excitement, and I don't know anything out there that's going to teach rounding like this. It's definitely going to be a much better bang for your buck than just sending home rounding worksheets. Once again, the engagement, the excitement to be playing a game, have kids take this home and say, hey, Mom, Dad, I want to play you in a game, and see if the parents even know how to round. So that's all it is for Gumball giveaway. That's all it is for Gumball giveaway. If you have any questions, put any questions in the comments section below. Like and subscribe if you so desire. And that's it. Gumball giveaway. Mr. Becker from Making Mathsters.